Hello and welcome. My name is Chef Alex. I'm the resident chef here at My Friend's House Inc., where I demonstrate recipes to utilize the groceries we give out every Wednesday with our grocery distribution program. Thank you for watching. So we're gonna do our marinated zucchini salad with tomato and red onion. So right now, I'm taking some leaves of fresh oregano. We often see oregano in its dry state, but this is what the fresh leaves look like. And they were on sale for 99 cents. I like to get the herbs when they're on sale. So all you do is just pull them off the stem. If you're cooking, I'll leave it on the stem, just put it in the pot or wherever, and then fish out the stems once the leaves all fall off, once the dish is finished cooking. But it's super fresh and it's a nice change from parsley and cilantro. Even basil, we often use a lot of basil, but oregano is one of those forgotten herbs. And once I started seeing it more often fresh, I started using it, and it's a really, really great flavor to use in its fresh form. So this will just add another dimension of flavor to our salad. And we're going to do like a little rough chop. Not too much because the leaves are tiny already. Like if I have more, I would just take off, I would just do more leaves. And the stems won't hurt you or anything, but it's just nicer to take them out. Alright, so we just did 2 passes. So this is a really cool bell pepper that we got last week. And I thought it would be nice to use it fresh instead of cooking it, because then the color might go away. It's kind of like a zebra bell pepper or something, I don't know. And then for salads, I like to just cut them in bite-sized strips so you can still see it and taste it. Just nice pieces like this for the salad. You don't want to chop up your vegetables too much, because then it takes away from the experience of having fresh vegetables. Another thing you could do is add fresh mushrooms to this, blanched or leftover green beans or asparagus or something. Like this is a great salad to use or repurpose leftover vegetables. A lot of people don't like leftovers, but if you remix them, it's like a different experience. I don't mind leftovers at all. So this is the zucchini. I just cut the tops off. Let's show you this one. For some reason, people tend to get zucchini and cucumbers confused. I don't know how, but it happens. So look at this. The zucchini stem is still on top. Cucumber stems ain't no stem for cucumbers. They don't, if it is, they don't leave it on. Cucumbers often have little ridges and bumps. There's no bumps on here. This is just regular skin, and often little white specks you can see in the zucchini. So that's how you can tell a zucchini from a cucumber, especially this. So we're gonna do raw zucchini in this salad. Zucchini does not have to be cooked every time you eat it. You can definitely eat it raw. However, it's great to let it marinate a little bit and just slice it thin. So we're just slicing it thin in half moons. But if you wanted to take all of this and saute it together, you could definitely saute it and have it with pasta or something like that. Another way to repurpose it. Or just turn it into a pasta salad, like that's an option. But we want to get the slices as thin as possible. I don't like to, for a salad like this, I like to let the dressing be the seasoning. You can add salt maybe right before you serve it, but if you add salt, it's going to leach out all the moisture and make it really wet. So if you're going to add salt, not till just before you serve it. But this has enough seasoning in it for the whole salad. That's my favorite salad dressing. So these are some vine ripened tomatoes we got last week. And I just kept them in the refrigerator until today, so they're fine. They just have a better flavor. I hate underripened tomatoes. So we're just gonna slice it open and then cut thin wedges. That's an option. But yeah, tomatoes have a lot of water, and we don't want all of that to leach out. So this is how this is getting the seeds out. All of that liquid membrane part. These are the steps to like julienne your tomatoes. So now all of that's out. It's completely empty. Then you can julienne into strips of tomato. Okay. So that's an option. I think I like that better for our salad. So if you're ever concerned with like making sure your salads are not too wet, that's how you can do that. And just julienne the tomato. Unless it doesn't bother you, then it's all good. And we have just more julienne pieces of tomato. Again, this is the part that I hate, but it's the most important part because I love onions. So sometimes we must suffer for our meals. Now, they say if you don't want to cry, you don't take the stem off. However, it's easier to cut when both sides are flat. And you see this papery part? You take that off. You see this part? It's a little papery too. Take that off. Nobody wants to eat that. So always make sure you take off like the first 2 or 3 layers of your onion because it's nasty. 3 tablespoons of oil. This just so happens to be grapeseed oil, but you can use olive oil, plain vegetable oil, corn oil, or even 3 tablespoons of melted butter if you want. And so I'm gonna put the seasonings in the oil first. So this is a little bit of nutmeg. We're gonna do about a 1/4 teaspoon of that. Some thyme. And then our mojito lime marinade packet. So typically this is for chicken or grilling meats or whatever, but we're gonna put it on our potato wedges. And I'm adding it to the oil to hydrate everything. And so once we add the potatoes, it'll evenly disperse. So that's about half of the packet. You don't need the whole thing. Just whisk it around. I think this is for 2 pounds of meat, and we're only doing 1 pound of potatoes. So yeah, you only use half. Now, if you were doing 2 pounds of potatoes, you could use the whole packet. One thing I always tell people when they're like, "How do we cook vegetables? How do we season the vegetables?" You season them the way you season your meat, if that's what you're doing. So that's why I use this. So if you had 2 pounds of vegetables that you're roasting or sauteing or whatever the case may be, you can use one of these for that amount of vegetables. Now this salad would benefit from like some feta cheese or goat cheese or something. And it's a super colorful, really pretty salad. Pick up your dressing. And I love black pepper in my salad, so gotta get a little bit. So we'll let this hang out in the refrigerator till we're ready to eat, and let the zucchini marinate with all that flavor and the oregano, and we're all good here.